Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex Benson, got my guy Junior Baker with me. And we are here at the AUG All-Star Event Championship Game 10 and under. Central Florida taking on North Georgia. Number 21, the big back. And he is tackled for a loss. Junior, we heard a lot about that big running back, number 21. What's your thoughts on him?
We have. I saw a highlight of him here just a few minutes ago, and that kid runs very, very hard. He's a tough runner. Has pretty good size on him, too. He's not your average 10-year-old size, so it's going to be pretty good competition to bring him down.
Yeah, man. Whenever you see a big back moving like that, man, it is quite a sight to see at such a young age.
That's true. That's true.
Can't ask for too much of a perfect day, man. Good weather. Everybody made the trip down here to Thomasville, Georgia. Now, to make it down here is a long ride, first off. Junior, I don't know about you, man, but I got off the highway. I made a right at the cow, made a left at the abandoned gas station, and just kept driving until eventually I got here. What was your trip like?
It was the same way for me. I saw a tractor trailer in the middle of the road out there. I might have went through one or two stop signs, no gas stations for at least an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So you can tell to get out here, it's a pretty good drive. We went through a lot of country.
Yeah, this the type of place here, man. If you're driving late at night and you come to a stoplight, just run it.
Blow through it.
All right, here we go. Third and long. Go to a little bit of motion. Quarterback, nice throw. Just a little bit out of the reach of his hands. And it'll be fourth and long, Central Florida. Fourth and long. Central Florida preparing to punt. Taking his time. That is a good punt. And for those that don't know, have never seen all-star games, special teams are really just a formality in it. You know, you don't want to get nobody hurt or anything like that. Just kind of want to go through the motions, let everybody get their reps in.
I agree, man. You can't risk an injury on a special teams play. Save that for the offense, defense. Traditional.
Yeah, nothing like an all-star game, man. You don't want to see a punt, somebody getting the head peeled off. Not good. All right, North Georgia comes out in T formation.
Old school formation.
It's a good, tough run by number 2.
Hey, Alex, when was the last time you seen a T formation in youth football?
It's been a while. I know Coach Sean from Welcome used T formation sparingly. He doesn't use it as much now as the kid's gotten older. Right. 24 gets the ball, gets outside, puts the ball in his left hand, been coached up. But that is a first down, North Georgia.
Nice little stiff arm there, too, by number 24.
Yeah.
For Team North Georgia.
I tell you what, one things you can say about the Central Florida team is you see the speed on there. the much talked about Florida speed. You do see it.
Yes, you do.
With Georgia, they're just trying to come with more of a power game to try to negate that speed. That's really all you can do when you see that type of speed. You just got to go
Hey,
straight at it.
there's a couple of speeds just coming out of Georgia now. We ain't the slowest now. We got some speed to match Florida a little bit.
Yeah. Like I think right there, that's a great example of the speed. You saw a hole open up, and then you got the defense closing so fast. There's almost nothing you can do about it. Back to the T formation. Quarterback loses the football, and the ball is on the ground. Central Florida players walking around with it.
Oh, yeah, number 15.
Looks
Central
like
Florida.
Looks like it's going to be a 1st and 10 Central Florida. So, Junior, man, we had a couple of all-star games that we've been through, been checking out, and mainly the high school games. I know in the U.S. Army game, no, I don't think it's not called the U.S. Army no more.
It's just the Army. It's the All-American Bowl. That's what it's called.
Just the All-American Bowl. I think they lost sponsorship with the Army.
Right.
But had a lot of good players in it. Chris Hinton, Jaden Hazelwood.
Steel Chambers.
Yeah, Steel Chambers. A lot of good players. That's just naming a few. Harry Miller.
Yes, Harry Miller. Ramel Keaton.
What did you think about? Let's just talk about the commitment to Oklahoma for Jaden Hazelwood. What did you think about it?
I thought that was pretty big. With him being from Georgia, playing at a high school in Georgia, people really thought he was going to stay home. Mm-hmm. But the type of talent that kid has, he needs the ball.
Ball is on the ground. Bad exchange. And it is an all-star game, so it is hard to kind of get going, get your timing right with the blocking, especially like got man in motion with the blocking and everything that you need. So sometimes you're going to have those mistakes. But go ahead back to Jaden Hazelwood.
Yeah, with Jaden Hazelwood, the type of talent he has, he needs at least 10 to 12 targets a game.
Yeah.
In the SEC, he will be more of a blocking receiver, maybe throwing 1 or 2 deep balls, possession balls across the middle, see if he can catch it. But a guy like him with his athleticism, let him run fly routes. He's guaranteed to go get the ball. He has that much of a what's the word I'm looking for?
He got that type of potential.
Thank you. He's that competitive.
Big 21 going in motion. Quarterback goes back pass with a slant. Oh, that is a good job. Number 31.
He got a little swag too, don't he, Alex?
Swag.
Yes, he does.
He do.
He coming out here ready to play.
Since we don't have a roster, we aren't saying names, but we'll say this right here. The young man, father played for the Jets.
Played for a couple teams in the NFL.
Now played at Florida State as well. Yeah. One of the fantastic corners of his era.
Yes, he was.
And his son is just as good. One of the best corners we've seen in youth football.
So if Dad had it, he played at a high level. It's only right to pass it to your son. He's out here putting on a pretty good show.
Absolutely. See, they got this number 21 keep going in motion. I think they're going to work something with that. Oh, that's a good tackle. Number 24 came up big, made that tackle, met him in the hole. Look like it's going to be 4th and long, decision time. Probably not decision at all, as I see the punter walking out there. Got the cool little shoes on, huh?
Yeah. Lime green, stand out so Mom can see you.
Uh-huh. Oh, another good punt.
Real good punt.
And again, for those that see him not really get the punt and would think it would be some sort of fumble or whatever it might be. Again, it's an all-star game. So all-star game special teams, again, are just a formality. They're just letting the punt happen, let the kid get his rep in. The kid is kicking very well, though. Now, Junior, we always get the question about all-star games. Is it more important to win the all-star game or for your son just to get reps?
I'm going to answer that question for you right after this play.
Gotcha. Quarterback coming out to the right side. Good run. Picks up about 10 yards. Looks like a possible first down.
Nice tough run by number 12, the little guy.
And that will be a first down, North Georgia. So what about the question we had earlier about the All-Star game?
But to answer your question, yes, if you do put your son in the All-Star game, you are going to want him to get some reps. You want to see what your son can do against a higher competition level because this is best of the best. This is an All-Star game, so the talent is a little bit more superior than they play with in the regular season.
Absolutely. And the spread, give it a number 2. Looks like a couple people might not know the play out there. Good tough running, though. Still on his feet. Doesn't pick up much, but the run still looked pretty good. But, yes, I agree with you 1,000%. In an All-Star game, wins and losses are what they are. You never know how game day is going to go. But at the same time, you just want your kid to get reps, see how he competes against everybody else. And as we always say, one of the most important things, look at the practice.
Correct.
Look at the practice, see how your kid competes, see how he responds to coaching. Yep. You just take it from there and go from there.
There you go. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Good running by 24. Picks up a couple yards, puts him in third and manageable. But again, we said, like I said earlier, that Florida speed, man, it gets to the football. And that's one of the things you see. So instead of you seeing a 3rd and 1, now you see him in 3rd and 4, which makes all the world of difference in football.
This team Central Florida is flying to the football. I definitely would give them that. These little young kids do have some speed on them, which is expected.
So for those that have a great time coming down here, this has been a good experience. They had we won't call it adult night. We'll just call it networking night on Friday. They had networking night on Friday, and then last night the kids went bowling. You know, and it's funny that you say that because no matter what kids do or real competitors do, they compete no matter what, whatever it is.
Yeah, they do.
You know, and bowling last night, the kids were getting after it. Yeah, at first it was fun, kids having a good time, and then all of a sudden they're trying to win.
Yep, it's a real competition then, man. But you know, to me, it's bigger than football.
Yeah,
you know, stuff outside of football, fellowshipping like that, off the football field, off the practice field, is great for these young men. It's teaching them a lot of value in life.
Because like we always say, guys, you know, with all-star games, a lot of these kids are going to get to know each other down the road. You know, and then they'll go on recruiting trips and all kind of stuff like this. And what's so important is as they increase their communication when they do those recruiting trips, they'll find out, hey, this coach is saying this about me, or this coach is saying this about you, and you know you match it up and you see.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's all a game. It's all a game.
Oh yeah.
T formation. Hands to the last man coming through the hole. Got a little bit of room. Spins out of a tackle. And he gets down inside the 30-yard line. Good run by number 2. Good run by number 22. Picks up a couple yards. Again, to see if they go back to the T formation. A little bit over 5 seconds left on the clock. See if they get the ball off. And they do, but that defensive tackle almost destroyed the entire play.
Quick.
24 got a little bit of room, couldn't quite keep his feet. And that'll bring the first quarter to an end. It is still 0-0 North Georgia versus Central Florida.
Yeah, I got a running back drill for that number 24. I need to borrow him for about a week.
Yeah, put him on the ladder.
There you go.
Just get his feet. That's all he needs to do, get his feet up
keep
under.
his feet and put a ball in his hand and let him touch the ground every 2 or 3 yards.
Yep.
He'll score next time.
So first quarter, tell me what you saw.
First quarter, I saw a lot of speed from Central Florida, which is the black and yellow team. The North Georgia team, which is the white team, they are powering. They're hitting the hole, very disciplined, and they are getting, 5-6 yards a pop. But that Central Florida speed is meeting them in that hole, like you stated earlier.
And that's really the big thing right there. Runs where you would usually see in youth sports probably go for, 8 or 9 are now going for 3 and 4, and that means all the world of difference when you're trying to put together a drive.
That is correct. That is correct.
But I think both teams are playing well. You got Central Florida obviously showing who they are and the all-stars that they are, really. You see some great open field tackling, some great pressure by the defensive line. And then with Georgia, you see some good football as well. You see them running with their T formation, so they're just saying, okay, look, we're going to play power football and be what we are.
Yep.
Going into the shotgun, it is an offsides. And you see some offsides penalties and everything like that. It's just kids learning new counts, really. Again, it's a quarterback you haven't played with all year. It's a center you haven't played with all year. So trying to get used to how those things go, sometimes it's difficult for little kids. You're talking about 10-year-olds. Even though they are elite players, at the end of the day, they still are 10 years old. Again, another offsides penalty. Not sure they're going to call it on.
It's back-to-back plays. Laundry on the field.
Year-olds trying to get used to who they have now. Got twins down here at the bottom going in motion. Number 2 again with some tough running. Goes from 4th and long to at least 4th and 10. See what they can do with it.
That whole Central Florida team to bring them down. Thought I seen a little bit of the UCF Knights down there trying to tackle this man as well. Good tough run by, who was that, 22, 24 for Team North Georgia.
We have heard a whole lot about this number 21 at running back. Been bringing him up. See him back there playing a little bit of safety. Sometimes they move him up to linebacker.
All right.
We'll see how he does. Right now, what they got to do for Central Florida is try to see if they can stop this drive.
Mm-hmm. It is a close 4th and 1.
Look for him probably to go deeper to the slant. Slant wasn't quite there like they wanted it to be. And it'll be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 Central Florida. And like I said earlier, we've been seeing number 21 go in motion on almost pretty much every single play. I think they're eventually going to give it to him coming around that corner.
I'm sure of it. Based off what I saw of him yesterday, the speed he has, I'm pretty sure they're going to try him here a couple times on this drive.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's the highlights we saw earlier?
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Man-child. That's
Yeah.
what we call him.
Yeah. It's one of those kids where he makes a play and everybody runs out and asks for the birth certificate.
Check his ID. He's 13.
Yeah.
You hear all the parents in the stands right now.
But the good thing, all these kids have been checked and certified. The event organizer, Chad Moscow, is doing a great job. Got them 21 lined up and deep in the eye. Power football time. Take the ball. Great job by defense line blowing that up. You know, one thing they don't tell you about being up here in this booth, it's about 1,000 degrees hot.
It's hot now. You know, if it's hot in here, it's got to be hot outside. Man.
Pitch out wide, 21. Oh, he is gone to the 50, to the 40,
Yep.
to the 30, and that is the kid we were talking about. Touchdown,
Wow.
Central Florida.
I'm impressed. Really am.
You know what I like what he did on that toss play right there? If you guys didn't see it, he set the linebacker up. He set the linebacker up for some false steps. Gave a good move to the outside.
Yep.
Here's the big thing about that linebacker spot. If you're not reacting and you're not going and your feet are paused,
Right.
now you have an issue.
And it set you up.
Yeah. Now you have a serious issue, and that's all he did, man. Made a move outside, put another step, and then all of a sudden the linebacker's feet were in the ground. Corner was outside, couldn't make it to him, and now there goes your alley.
Yep.
And he's gone.
Well, he definitely lives up to the hype. He definitely has that breakaway speed.
He does. He does. And the way he just ran away from everybody else let you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
The man child.
Number 17 for the kick. Good kick. Extra point is good. And in youth football, of course, you get 2 points for the kick, so that will make the score 8-0, Central Florida. And for those that wonder why there's no rush on the kick, because, again, this is an all-star game, so you haven't had long enough to practice with them on special teams like that, so you just have no rush on kick.
When's the last time you see the 10U kick a field goal in a game?
Not like that.
Not like that. And
Not like that.
It went straight down the uprights. Had
Yeah.
enough height, length. It was good. I'm impressed by this little kicker we got out here
I
for
am.
Central Florida.
And people don't get confused by towing the ball with actually kicking the ball. That was an actual kick right there. He'll go on. He'll do well for himself.
Yeah, it's a form. It's a technique to it. And
Yeah.
I think he has it down pat.
T formation again. Number 2 is toting that rock, boy. Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Wow.
And down inside the 45-yard line.
Number 2 from North Georgia said, hey, what about me? I know number 21 got his run off.
know,
Let me
right?
show y'all what I can do.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, 2 and 21 have both been having a great game.
Yes, they are.
That was a good run by number 2.
Tough run.
Mm-hmm.
That's about 10 yards yak. That's what we call it. 10 yards after contact.
24 getting the ball. It looks like the Georgia coach has got a good thing going on. Giving number 2, giving them 24. T formation allows that to happen. You can get 3 backs on the field at the same time, which is a good move by the coach.
And all 3 backs are running pretty good. So, hey, they're in good hands with either one.
They got some big backs, too. You're looking at 22,
Yep.
24, and number 2.
Yep.
There's something about the 2s here. They got 21 on the other side.
There you go.
Yeah, so, okay, well, all right. But either way, all the running backs are running well. Breaking the formation, power I. Gives it number 2 coming through. And that is a great job by that young man coming up filling that hole. You know, one thing you have to have when you're going against power running is your second level can't be scared to tackle. because 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is that front is going to get blocked up.
Mm-hmm.
So that second level has to be able to field.
Yeah.
Well,
Linebacker.
if they can field, then you're all right.
Correct. Linebackers got to come up and put that stick on them.
And way to get in the backfield, a sack by number 3. He showed his speed to stay with the play. Quarterback tried to get out of it, but there was nothing he could do.
Well, number 3 got some heart. He's coming from the defensive end position making that play. You see him?
I saw him.
Little guy.
You know, have you noticed they have the smaller guys playing those end positions?
Yeah, they do. Quick off the ball, fast, hard to block, and they're in there making plays. They're not scared.
Yep, relying off that speed. You got about 5:46 left in the first half. Both teams are actually playing some really, really good football right now. Central Florida, obviously the beneficiary of a score, though, with number 21 breaking a long one. But other than that, you know, both teams been playing very well. I think what we need to do is surprisingly find an air conditioner going on up in here.
Something. I think it's a fan up under us in the other room.
Middle of December, it is hot as Hades up here.
We're in January, man. 2019, man.
It's January. It's hot as Hades up here. You see how hot it is? I forgot what day it is.
That heat has been known to bother you. It'll mess with your mental a little bit.
I got an actual sweat going on right now. Quarterback tries it. Quarterback tried to get away, but it is just too much pressure. Those ends are getting upfield. And if they can't block that, it's going to be hard to pass the ball. Central Florida, 1st and 10. Quarterback goes back to pass. Oh, and that is a catch by number 1. Touchdown, Central Florida.
Uh-oh, we got a late flag on the field.
We do have a late flag. Not sure what the call is going to be. But let's talk about the pass and catch real quick. Number 18 goes back to pass, throws it up. You know, and sometimes, look, guys, playing quarterback, it's about having playmakers. That's really what it's about sometimes. Sometimes it's not about making an amazing pass and this and that you guys always hear about.
Right.
But sometimes it's about giving it to your playmaker, and that's what he did. Just throw it on up to number 1.
And as a QB, you cannot get flustered real easy. You have to be able to stand in that pocket and face the defense coming at you. Some guys get the happy feet, and they like to take off pretty quick without going through their progressions. This guy stood in the pocket, threw it up, end result, touchdown.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, number 1 going to make that catch, and he made it over a corner that is absolutely amazing. The corner was in good position.
It was.
I mean, you can't ask no more out of that corner, number 31 over there. But, you know, good offense always beats good defense.
You're right.
This is an old saying right there.
Yes, you're right.
It just kind of is what it is. But great effort by both young men. But at the end of the day, number 1 ended up in the end zone. So going back to the All-American game, stuff you saw. Like you said, you were surprised. Well, we weren't necessarily surprised. We kind of already knew about Jaden Hazelwood committing to Oklahoma.
Right.
But what I was surprised with, and what we kind of already knew, is how good Dominic Blaylock would be.
Did you see him Saturday, I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
He put on a little highlight reel just in the All-Star game alone.
Yes.
Imagine him taking that skill set to the next level.
Yes.
This kid is going to be so dynamic. He's going to be unstoppable.
Here's what I will say. I know Miko Hardman will be going on to the league, and we'll see how that works out.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think they'll miss him at all with Dominic Blaylock coming.
Oh, Dominic coming in, and hey, that Georgia offense will not miss a beat.
Exactly. You're talking about a kid that's bigger, faster, stronger. Well, not necessarily faster, but bigger, stronger than Miko.
Yeah.
He's about 6 foot, 6'1.5", and can go.
He can go. He can run.
He can go.
He's definitely not faster than Miko, but I mean he's not too far behind Miko either.
So I think it'll be interesting to see how he does. And then going down there to the University of Florida, you got Felipe Franks up down there, and what they did against Michigan showed that Dan Mullen offense and exactly how good they can be.
It's working. It's really working for Florida. Nobody in the nation, in the world, thought that this first-year coach can have his team ranked in the top 10 with the bowl win at the end of the season. Hats off to Dan Mullen for that.
Here's what I will say. Dan Mullen is one of the best coordinators, or best offensive callers, I would say, around. If I was a quarterback, if I was a dual threat quarterback, that is where I'd want to go. Think about this, right?
Right.
Tebow.
Right.
Okay. Dak.
Prescott for the Cowboys.
Yes, sir. And now he's doing his thing with Felipe.
Don't forget about Nick Fitzgerald at Mississippi State.
Yes.
Had him for 2 years, and he's putting up tremendous numbers.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where when you look at it, that coach does a great job. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Florida continues to get better. Florida State, if they can turn that thing around, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how they do.
They're going to have to.
I think FIU takes a lot of recruits from them.
FIU, FAU, UCF now.
There's so many down there. UCF, yeah. And everybody gave UCF a hard time, but everybody, y'all do know they were missing their starting quarterback.
You can say that.
Who's a stud?
You can say that.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you right after this play.
All right, young man back to kick again, number 17. Ball down, ball kick. And it is good. You know what? I think he could make that from about 20, 25 yards out. Maybe about 20 yards.
Any college scouts, recruiters out here, come out here to Thomasville High School. Check out this 10-year-old kid kicking field goals right now.
He can actually kick it.
And he's kicking with technique.
Yes.
Not with prayer, with the technique.
he ain't towing it.
He ain't towing it.
Yeah.
He's kicking it like he's done it before.
Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be good to see him develop in the future as time goes on.
Yep. But back to your comment about UCF missing their starting quarterback, Mackenzie Milton. He's a stud.
Quarterback.
He's great. And, I like him as a player. But let's give some credit to the LSU defense. That was their third string, a mixture of second and third string players. They had 8 defense. They had, right after this play.
T formation. And it looks like that Florida defense is starting to figure this T formation out. And like we said, again, what you're seeing is you're seeing a run that would usually be 7, 8 yards is now ended up being 3 and 4. And again, that makes all the difference in the world when you're trying to get ahead of those sticks.
Correct. That's the speed of that Central Florida defense, flying to the football.
It affects the play calling and everything. And right now, if Georgia is to pass the ball, they're having a tough time passing because those DNs are coming upfield. They're going to have to figure out protection with that. Looks like something was called. Got a penalty on the field.
Like we have a little clock issue as well. Parents screaming about the clock operator.
I've always thought one of the funniest things you can hear at a game is parents screaming in the stands. Because you actually think that ref can hear you. Or you actually think he's paying attention to you.
Or you actually think he cares if
Yeah.
he can hear you.
Yeah, that is true. That's the last good one. Yeah, he don't
Yeah,
care.
he doesn't care. He's
Yeah.
out there calling the game, collecting his paycheck at the end of it.
Yep. Good refs have very thick skin. Like you
Yes.
can sit there and you be right beside them and yell at them. They probably will ignore you,
Oh yeah.
which actually is kind of funny. All right, penalty on Central Florida. 1st and 5 for North Georgia. T formation. Get the fullback coming through this time. Looks like they're mixing it up a little bit. That'll help them. They pick up 4 yards. And here's what we're saying. Now you're second and you're in front of the sticks. For those that wonder kind of what we're talking about by that. The last thing you want to be is in 3rd and 5. That's the last thing you want to be in youth football. It's any sport, any level, high school, NFL. It just gets a little bit more difficult on 3rd down.
Yeah. I always want short sticks in 3rd down.
Going with the fullback again, T formation. Looks like they'll pick up that 1st down. So that'll be 1st and 10, North Georgia. 16-0. Central Florida leads. You know, you like to see a little bit of play action with that or something, you know?
I believe that's what he's setting them up for. Because, I mean, it's right there. Everybody's down in the box minus the safety.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now.
So, eventually that tight end has to either leak out of there or you let your quarterback run and come out the backside of that.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. Well,
bootleg. There's that speed.
You know, you would like to see him go with that full house again, going left or right, whichever way you want to call it.
Yep.
And then coming out with that quarterback out the backside. But when you fake it with the fullback, it's a little bit tougher to get your quarterback free.
Yeah. Quarterback has to get out there quicker, though.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's just Central Florida with that speed because he just showed right there on that one play.
Yeah, I think that, you know what, probably what it is then. Central Florida, just that speed on deep as they are really, really getting to the ball like we said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Those DNs they got are smaller, but here's the thing with those smaller DNs. If you try to run outside, it's going to be tough for you.
Yeah, flying.
Getting double tight T formation. Go to a little bit of counter action. 12, sees a little bit of room. And that is a good pickup for him.
Very good.
Fourth and short for North Georgia.
I like these little kids out here, Alex, the 10U guys. The little ones out here, the smaller guys in the 10U division, they are showing a lot of heart right now. These kids are flying to the ball. They're making great runs. They're doing everything right about now.
Yeah, I like it. I'll tell you what's going to really not notice. That center is coming off that ball.
Did you see that?
Man, that center coming off that ball.
He blew the nose guard up on that one. I believe he got that 1st down from the looks of it up here.
Yeah, let's see what they say. Kids on North Georgia jumping up and down excitedly. That means they got that 1st down. Oh, that center's going to work. That center's going to work.
Yeah.
That center might be he's trying to get player of the game. If we give away player of the game and the lineman gets a chance to get it, that center should get it.
He might get it. Or that Central Florida kicker.
Flag on the ground. False start, North Georgia. You know, the great thing about this, Junior, man, it's good to see people show up for their kids, man. Good crowd here for an all-star format. You know, it's always fun to see the parents at the fence right there yelling at the kids like they can hear them. Quarterback getting outside. That's a good job by number 12.
There's that man again, that number 12.
He's having a good game.
Looks like an AU player out there, but, man, he is showing a lot of heart right now, picking up these big runs.
A little bit of motion. Good tough run by number 2. Flag on the play. See what this one is. Might be an indicator. When you see it come late like that, usually it's personal foul. But it could be holding as well. Yep, that's what it was. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. So let me ask, Junior, since we are talking about college football, well, we got a little break in here. I know we got youth football going on, but I know you guys follow college football as well. What in the world can Florida State do to get back going?
Woo. Woo. I got to Ric Flair you on that one. Woo. Man, they have such a winning tradition down there. You know,
Yeah.
Bobby Bowden, he set it up that way. As he departed, Jimbo came in there, kind of carried the torch a little bit. Now you got Willie Taggart in there, great recruiter. Everybody loves him, but he's not winning the big games out there. He's not even winning the small games out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it starts in recruiting. We know he's a heck of a recruiter from what he did at Oregon and South Florida before he went to Oregon. And he can get the guys in there. He got 2 big signees yesterday. He got a 5-star cornerback in Akeem Dent. And he got somebody else yesterday out of the All-Star game. I can't remember who off top. But we'll continue that after this play.
Back here in the shotgun. Number 12's having a good game. Again, hey, just run it. Breaking a couple tackles, and he is in the end zone. What a run by number 12.
Whoa. That was pretty good.
They get on the scoreboard. That's the most important thing. Get a little bit of confidence going for the kids. It is now 16-6, Central Florida.
Hey, man, that number 12, he might get my player of the game right there because I love his little running style, man. He's tough.
I like it. You know what I like most about him, man? Even though he's smaller, he still runs behind his pads. Usually you get kids that size, they don't have to run behind their pads because they're smaller.
Right.
But with him, technique is good. He's running behind his pads, doing what he needs to do, and he's helping himself out because now what they're doing is they're missing tackles because they're high.
Yep,
They're high with their tackles.
He's already low to the ground. Just go ahead and run behind those shoulder pads, make it even harder for you to tackle him.
Exactly.
To get tackled.
All right, trying to kick here. Number 7.
Is that number 12 with the field goal kick too, Alex?
No, he was holding. He was holding it. But that was number 7 with the kick.
Oh, 7 with the kick. Okay. I was mistaken. I thought that was 12 with the kick.
That was 12 kicking as well. 12 might have to renegotiate his contract at halftime.
Yes, sir.
Now, score is 16-8. North Georgia down by 8 points. See what they can get going. But they haven't showed that they can really stop number 21 yet. I think 21's gotten the ball like 3 times. Yeah, probably 3 times for over 80 yards.
Yeah. That one carry, he took it the distance.
Yeah, he did. Had somebody go just step just a little bit quick. Here we come in the I formation. 21 sees it. And they're able to tackle that down.
North Georgia said not this time, 21, maybe next time, but not this one. Host of tacklers.
That was good defense right there. Now it looks like you got 11 flying around to the ball. Like we said, you know, with kids, man, sometimes you get on that scoreboard, their confidence gets going. And look, that's at any level. We can just say kids here, but it happens in high school, college, pros. Once you get a little bit of momentum, it transfers over to the other side of the ball, and that's what's happened here. As you see North Georgia defense flying around, getting to where they need to get to. What do you think here? Look, I think they're probably going to go with a pitch. Good coverage by number 31, but even better pressure. I want to say that's number 34 for North Georgia. Now Central Florida in 3rd and a mile. Let's see what they do here. If they play smart and just go ahead and run the ball, try to run the clock out. Or if they try to figure out, what's that, a 60, 70-yard play. We'll see what happens.
Central Florida got smart. They saw what we saw earlier. North Georgia had everybody in the box.
Yep.
And they ran a little tight end dump.
Yep. And they're able to get that off. What happens is the fake wasn't able to happen like it needed to. So we're able to get it off. See if they go with it again. Holding call. Good run. Oh, he's gone.
Whoa.
That's a good effort by the young man that caught him. But I tell you what, man, that is the way you run over somebody and keep it going. But it is a flag on the field, and they are calling holding on Central Florida. That was a good run, though.
If I had a camera in here and you see my face right now,
Yeah.
I got what they call the stank face. Wow, that boy ran that. Woo. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all saw that.
Y'all saw
that
it.
was a tough run. Tough. That was a mean run. Buddy running like he angry.
Yeah. Like somebody said something about his mama or something down there. Goodness gracious, boy. He got behind them pads, lowered that boom.
Yes.
And got to moving. If he had some elite speed, he'd be gone. That would be a touchdown.
Yeah, he'd have been out of there.
But it's still a heck of a play by that young man. I'll tell you what, and here's the thing, right? You hear us talk about the kid that got ran over, and everybody thinks we're joking on him. But at the same time, it takes heart to come up there and try to make a play. And that's what the kid did, man. He came up there, competed. It didn't go his way this time, but at least he came up and tried to make contact.
Oh, yeah. He slowed him down now.
Yeah.
He slowed him up.
So we got a player down right now. Heard Mama yell his name was AJ. All right. Look like he's up on his feet.
Hey, y'all give it up for the young man. Y'all give it up for him, y'all.
You know, we got some great trainers out here doing a good job taking care of the boys. Get them taken care of. And usually at this age right here, you can take them a little time off, get them some water. They'll be all right. Get them on back in there. Hopefully we hope it's nothing more severe than that. All right, 3rd and about I-75. You can take that from Florida to Georgia.
Yes.
21 in the backfield.
Steps up against
And that throw did not quite reach the mark like he wanted it to. Fourth down. Guess the 70-yard play did not work.
Not that time.
Nope. You know, we usually see this in youth football. Coaches, instead of playing the odds, they go ahead and roll the dice, which, I get it. But at the same time, I think sometimes you got to play the odds. Just go ahead and go into halftime.
Yeah. It's an all-star game, though. Like you said, roll with the punches. You don't have too much invested. It's a fun game.
That's true.
For the kids to come out here and compete with each other. And like I said, you might take your chances in a situation like this.
That is true. Number 17, that's all I got, isn't it? All right, good field position for North Georgia.
Real good.
18 seconds left in the half. Now, here's the thing with North Georgia. They haven't showed they can block those ends. So I'm not sure if they can go with a deep route. But, we will see. Maybe put number 12 back there, quarterback. Looks like they're pulling him out. So they're not going to run it. But see if they can get that quarterback. Just get him enough time. We don't even know if the kid can throw just yet because he hasn't had time. But if they can get him enough time, then at least they can see if they can make a play.
Well, we know he can run it. Can number 12, can he throw it? Guess we're about to find out. 18 seconds left in the second quarter.
At quarterback now, they got number 7 in quarterback. Power I. Goes with the fake. Number 7, nice ball.
Very nice ball. Great coverage on the play.
Gonna say the sun was in his eye. I got you, number 9. The sun was in his eye.
And number 21 was coming downfield.
Yeah. Sound about right. Good play call, though. Good design. Second and long. Right here, you got to at least take one more shot at the end zone. Maybe run the ball, set yourself up, call timeout if they have it. Then take one more shot here at the end zone. Flag on the field. False start on North Georgia. Number 7 goes back to pass. Doesn't really see nothing. Try to get loose, but there is number 3 again with another quarterback sack. Number 3 is having a great game playing that defensive end position. And that'll be the half as the score is now 16-8. Central Florida leads North Georgia. Coming back after halftime, Central Florida with the ball. Try to get outside with it. Good job by North Georgia on defense. Quarterback back up under center. Looking like he's trying to work a little bit of motion. And North Georgia with another tackle for a loss. How about number 31, man? A little bit earlier. Had an injury. Back in the ball game.
Redemption. That's the only thing I could think about.
Yeah, out there competing a little bit.
Out there trying to redeem himself, but he's a tough kid. I've seen him outside of All-Star games, but he can play.
Third and long. Offsides on the play. Central Florida finds himself in another third and long situation. Found themselves in one right before the half. Another penalty. Probably another offsides call. Yeah. Offsides on the defense. Central Florida, still third and long. Quarterback up under center. Goes with a toss. Toss is on the ground. Doesn't really get it.
I think Central Florida pounced back on that one.
Ref shows fourth down. And that helps Central Florida because at least they'll be able to punt and get themselves out of this little hole down here. Punter's been doing well. Probably get it down to around the 40-yard line. Yeah. See? And there we told you. Right around the 40-yard line. Junior, I think I'm a psychic, man.
You called that one pretty well.
Yeah. I told you, kid's been kicking well. For those that don't know us, Alex Benson with Born to Compete, #1 source for youth sports. You can catch us on NBC 11 Alive, V103. And then I got my guy, Junior Baker, one of the best in the business when it comes to recruiting.
Yes, sir.
Tell people about what you do, Junior.
New level recruiting, man. I look for the underrated recruits, and I give them a different platform so they can shine on. You always have your overlooked recruits out there in high school.
in T formation. Give it number two. Number two got some room. And he is up out of there.
Is he gone?
But,
Oh.
again, we talked about that Florida speed, man. Just couldn't get away.
Get caught up. Almost.
Almost got up out of there.
Speed is there.
Tell you what, good job by that man from Central Florida. Able to make the tackle. Back in T formation. And flag on the field. Looks like we got an offsides on the defense. 1st and 5, North Georgia. Got the offense moving again, down around the 15-yard line. (16-8), Central Florida leads. Number 2, good blocking outside, good tough running. It is 1st and goal for North Georgia. Looks like North Georgia got a little momentum going. Going to the power I now. Giving it to the deep back, number 22. Tell you what, I would say get back in that T formation. What do you think, Junior?
Keep powering it. You're getting about 3 and 4 yards in a cloud of dust right now, so I keep doing it till they stop me.
Yep.
Old school football.
Going to get quarterback going. Number 12 again. Good block by number 2 outside. And he is in the end zone again. That'll be a touchdown for North Georgia. 16-14. See if they can make the kick.
There's that man again, that number 12. Smallest guy out there, but he probably has the biggest heart out there.
He's having a great game. I tell you what, the coaches are doing a great job with him. Probably don't know the kid due to all-star format, but I tell you what, every now and again, you got to turn around and just give your best player the ball, right? Like, and we're not saying he's the best player out here today, but right now he's having the better game out of everybody offensively. So give him the ball. It is what it is. Hey, kid, look, left, right, go. Just go. Make a play for me.
Take it. Take that ball and go.
Sometimes with all these X's and O's and everything like that, at the end of the day, get your player the ball. 24 to kick. Last time, number 7 kick. See how this goes. And the kick is no good. Just barely missed it. Good try, though. 16-14. Central Florida leads. Going toss, going number 21. Good blocking outside. And that is a great job by that corner coming up. You can't ask him for doing nothing more than that right there.
And he did what he's supposed to do.
Do your
got a
job.
big guy like that, you got to get low on him.
Exactly.
He got low and took him out of bounds.
Do your job.
Good job, 31.
For those that don't see it, on the sideline holding the sticks is Chad Maskell Jr. Look at that. Go from an All-American quarterback to holding sticks.
To holding the chains. This kid's upwards of about 15 offers already.
I know, right?
High school freshman.
Good player. 21 again. Sees a little bit of room. And that is a great job by that North Georgia defense. Great job of that North Georgia defense.
Gang tackle.
And here's the thing. When you got a monster back there, a running back,
Yeah.
everybody run your track. And what we mean by that is run your path you're supposed to run. Don't get caught up. Don't get out of position, everything like that,
Right.
because there's a possibility it can come right back to you.
Right.
And that's exactly what happened as that ball came right back to that player, and he was able to make the tackle.
Yep. You got to get that hole, and you got to go through it.
Third down. Goes back to pass. Puts the ball up. And you would like to see that ball outside a little bit more, but still a good quality throw.
Oh, yeah. Number 31, he's holding his own on that edge over there now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. That was about a 20-yard throw for a little kid. It's not bad.
Not bad at all. That nice little touch on it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Took quick three, got the ball out. Quick three, just steps you take, for those that don't know. Took quick three, got the ball out. Was just a little bit more inside than he wanted to be, but still a good throw. See number 17, I like to call him the field changer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's see what he can do this time around.
Field changer. It's going to get it down around to the 50. Let's see what we got here.
I'm going to do you one better.
What you got? Ball going to fall around the 50.
I'm going to say 45.
45? Okay. All right. Oh, it's a bad snap. Let's see what we got.
Good time.
Well, what you got?
Oh.
That goes with you.
Oh, man.
I think that we'll get that to you right there.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. Well, it bounced mid 45, 50. Bounced right there in the middle.
We're both right then.
There you go.
We're both right. Told you, man, the kid kicks the ball
Yeah,
well.
he's kicking it, too, man. He's definitely flipping the field on him.
First and 10, North Georgia. See if they go back to the T formation, which gave them so much success earlier. And that's exactly what they're doing. Big number 2 coming back through that hole. Getting to the outside again. That's a great job at defensive end. That is a fantastic job at defensive end, stretching out. Number 7 coming down and making the tackle. You can't play that no better than that. That's good football. So, Junior, back to talking about what you're doing as far as recruiting goes. Let's touch on that just a little bit more.
Yeah, I like to set a stage, a platform for the under-recruited guys. I call it the giving the overlook a second look. That's my motto right there. And we'll get back to that after this play.
You need to get a T-shirt with that one.
But yeah, like what I was saying, you always got your 4 or your 5-star guys out there that just totally shine on Friday night. But that quarterback, that running back, that whoever that 5-star kid is, look at the pieces around them. He's somebody blocking for him, somebody throwing the ball to him, or you might have a receiver on the other end catching the ball from that 5-star quarterback. And he might not get that love that 5-star kid gets.
And again, for those that don't know, Junior does a great job helping kids get recruited. 4th and long, going to punt it. That ball stops right before the 40. And you say, Alex, why is a punter so important? You saw what number 17 did, and basically what he did, if you can remember, they're around the 20-yard line, punts it, they play defense, and now they have the ball at the 40-yard line. A great punter is – you can't replace a great punter. You need them.
Imagine if they spotted the ball where it died at after the roll. That's a 20-yard differential right there.
Exactly.
That's a pretty good, real good punt for a 10U kid.
All right, score 16-14. Central Florida leads over North Georgia. And both teams have been playing well. Again, we'd like to see some great action on the field. That's exactly what we've seen here today. Central Florida quarterback back up on the center with a wing. And those linebackers are literally just coming downhill right now. You see number 2 doing the eat motion. Let's eat. They don't even care about the pass. They are coming straight downhill. Second and 11. Back in the same formation, I with a wing. And like we said, it's going to be hard for Central Florida to move the ball at this point, unless they show a little bit of threat with the pass. Right now, North Georgia is literally just coming downhill. They're not even worried about the pass. Nothing else matters. They're coming down for the run. Third and 9. See what Central Florida dials up here. See, they probably go with a play action. Oh, gave number 21. And there he goes again to the outside.
Whoa.
Touchdown, Central Florida.
Hey, that kid is the real deal.
You know what? And I told you,
Man.
we talked about him earlier, how good number 21 was. He's had a good tournament so far. And here it is on 3rd and long. Didn't we just say that earlier? You got to have a guy that you can give the ball to and just say, take me there.
Ride that horse to the finish line.
Simple as that. Sometimes, again, we can talk about X's and O's all you want to. But in youth football, you can have a guy, just give him the ball, take me there. And that's exactly what number 21 is doing.
Exactly what happened. I mean, 2 big, long scores from number 21 of Central Florida today.
You know, and Junior, I tell you what, I thought North Georgia played it pretty well for the most part, but with just those little 2 yards, he beat them to the corner with the stiff arm, and he was gone.
Not like that. Definitely got to keep contained. Definitely. But he broke containment. Touchdown.
Back T formation. Runs inside. About 2nd and 7. Head to the 4th quarter, 24-14. Great action on the field. As we've seen some good offense and good defense. Both teams playing well. I'll tell you what, for the coaching staff, man, you gotta give them hats off to them, man. Because it's very hard to coach an all-star game, but they've done a great job with the limited time they've had with the boys. North Georgia back on offense. Couldn't get nothing going as Central Florida playing with confidence. Big hit by number 20. Back up under center. Power I. Oh, ball's on the ground. And they're saying it is down. 4th and long. Kick doesn't necessarily go where they want it to go. Central Florida takes over with good field position. Oh, in the eye. Oh, way to hit the hole. That is the way you hit the hole right there. Good blocking up front, too. And that is a skill that's so underrated now because everybody's in the gun. And so it's more rhythm and more patience now with the running coming out the backfield than in the olden days. Say the olden days, but out of traditional formations like the I formation where the back has to hit the hole.
Oh yeah, he did a good job of it that last play.
Hitting the hole again, but North Georgia defense came flying downhill.
They were ready for that one.
And you can tell right here, 3rd and long, they're going to go to 21. It just is what it is. They're going with a pitch paid number
I
30.
mean,
Excuse me, 21.
if I had a 21 like that too, I'd toss left, toss right him all game long.
It just is what it is on
It
that.
is what it is on that one. They've stopped him a few times, but they haven't stopped him when it counted the most.
Exactly. Exactly. Hence the 24 points.
Correct.
And I think he scored every touchdown. Yeah. Not only has he scored every touchdown, but he scored in such dramatic fashion, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole crowd yelling. All that good stuff. He brought his own student section. Oh, great punt. Great punt. Pins him down inside the 20. Can't ask for a better punt than that.
Number 2 tries to find his way to the outside, but that Central Florida speed of that defense, as we so talked about so much today, I think he might have lost a couple of yards on that play for Team North Georgia. Brings up 2nd down and 13 yards to go for the first down. I believe that's 5:37 left on the clock in the fourth quarter. Central Florida 24, North Georgia 14. Four drops back to pass. Throws a screen out to 24. He scampers around the right side. Does he have the speed to take it the distance? Oh, man. Oh, he steps out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. We do have some yellow laundry on the field, though. Boy, if you could hear these parents in the stands, they're about to lose it right about now. Looks like we have a holding call on North Georgia, which will negate that long run. Back them up 10 yards inside the 10-yard line. About 89 yards to go for a touchdown with a little bit of time. All right, hand off to number 2. Takes it up the middle for a gain of about 3 or 4 maybe. Still on his feet. We have a referee's timeout. 4:52 left in the fourth quarter. Team North Georgia's trying to dig out of this hole they put themselves in. Third and about forever for a first down. He's going to put it like that. '24 brings around the left side. He's greeted by about 3 or 4 Central Florida defenders. Looks like it's no gain on the play. Brings up fourth down. Got a timeout by Team Georgia. Going to discuss their options right about now. 3:55 left in the fourth quarter.
Fourth down. Number 7 back to punt. 3:55 left in the game. 24-14. Central Florida leads. See if number 7 get off a good punt. Well, that's pretty good. Not bad. Gets it down to the 25-yard line. Sure, Central Florida is going to try to put another one in the end zone here. You know, at this point late in the All-Star game, just kind of want to make sure all the kids have played. Everybody got some reps in. Everybody had a good time. I'm sure probably that's what this coach is going to do here. Overload. Looks like it'll be an offsides. Overload left. Doesn't quite make it over to the left. .330 left. And like we said, at this point of the game, you just kind of want to make sure all the players get in. Whoever got any runs in, they can get them. And make sure everybody leaves happy. I'll tell you what, it has been a great game by number 21. He's been the talk of the game.
Yes, he has. Tremendous kid. Tremendous athletic ability.
And I think there goes penalty number 20. I think he's showing the flag so much, the kids going to hear that in their sleep.
This has been a flag-filled game.
Yeah.
Too if you ask me.
All right, stopping the action. Central Florida try to get something going. Probably a run or something time to get the clock going. And probably just to get another kid the ball. But I tell you what, Central Florida played very well all game long. And even though you could see on third down that's who they were going to, number 21, at the same time, look, we always say, hey, get to your playmaker.
Yeah, we said
Let
that a
them
couple
figure.
times today.
Yeah, let them figure it out. And that's what they did. And he was able to produce, come up with a couple of touchdowns. I want to say the kid has to have over, I don't know, 180 yards rushing.
I give him that.
Yeah.
I give him that. He's close to the 200-yard mark.
Yeah. So we say close to 200 yards rushing. Easily the MVP of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If not him, I definitely like this number 12 from North Georgia.
Absolutely. Good job tackling down by number 44 of North Georgia. He has a good game defensively, too. He's played well.
Do the math, Alex. What is this, 4th and 40?
It ain't close.
Ain't close at all.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say 4th and 4 days.
Yeah. It's like when you're looking at one of them bills after Christmas. You done already spent the money. The field changer comes on the kick. Good kick. Again, great job. Can't ask for nothing more.
Oh, yeah. Nice catch by the fielder, too, number 6 for North Georgia.
You know, in this game right here, you can really see how the punter changed the field position for the simple fact you can't return it.
You really can't. Yep.
So,
Flipped the field several times.
yep. And since you can't return it, then the field flips. .134 left in the game, 24-14. See what Team Georgia does here. Refs being kind, letting them get the play off. Oh, with the pass. I don't think that ended up the way they wanted it right there.
Yeah,
I feel them, but I don't think they ended the way they wanted it.
they tried a little trickery. I think it's a little too late.
Yeah.
Play didn't work out how they expected it to work with the halfback toss pass.
You know, we were going back and forth earlier over what's the best soda ever in history. I said knee-high peach. Junior.
I'm going with the Faygo grape, the off-brand grape soda. It's better than Sunkist grape. It's better than Fanta grape. It's better than the what's the other one? The Dollar General grape. Faygo grape is the best grape soda on earth.
But nothing beats orange drink. Does anybody remember that? Comes in the little milk carton, can type of style gallon. Orange drink. Not orange juice, orange drink.
Orange drink.
And the kids here are celebrating, tapping the ground. I'm assuming that means they tapping out.
Now, what type of gesture is that? I was just about to ask you because I see flags all over the field.
Yeah, there
like
are
that
flags all over the field. Think that's considered taunting, but, you know.
Wow. That's definitely a Florida thing.
You know the crazy thing, I've seen kids in Georgia and Florida do it. It's catching on. Kid out there did the motorcycle. Sure, they're about to take another knee. Oh, they're about to run a play. That's not victory position. And right now, for those that want it's taking a while, they're looking at the clock, letting the clock run. Running back finally comes on up. Takes a knee. And this will be the last one here as they take this knee. And the game will be over as Central Florida goes on to win 24-14 over North Georgia. Junior, what do you take away from this game?
Well, first of all, great game by both teams. I'll definitely give them that. Hats off to both of the 10U players coming out here playing their heart out. But like me and you talked about earlier, get your horse, ride it to the finish line. And that's what Central Florida did with that number 21. They took that horse, saddled him up, rode him to the end zone 3 different times today.
That's all you can really ask for right there, man. You know, good play calling on both sides, great effort on both sides. At the end of the day, they just had a horse, number 21, that North Georgia didn't have an answer for. 3 big plays, 3 touchdowns. The kicker, number 17, also, hey, you got to consider him for MVP as well, was able to change the field. But that is the ball game. 24-14, Central Florida wins.